Ron, if you do the roll.
Rich Gussenberg.
Here.
Sarah Stevens Moreland.
Here.
Chris Daddy.
Here.
Dennis Ryu.
Here.
Greg Rosenblatt.
Here.
Sean Kimball. Jeff Solon. Chuck Neff. Megan Rockwell.
Yeah.
And we do have a quorum. Sean and Jeff are in a meeting downstairs. If we had everybody here, they were planning on coming up for the discussion on the plaque. Chuck had sent me a note yesterday saying he may have an issue. He didn't send me anything, any follow-up saying that he wouldn't be here, so may come in any minute now, may not, we'll see. Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Public correspondence. Communication from Dryden Drive neighbor.
The one that was addressed to,
It's a
O and
long
G?
email that went back and forth between Colton and
Zeus.
this one.
the resident, yeah. So I think I sent it out to everybody. It had two different aspects to it. One was originally asking about what tree plantings were gonna be done, and then secondly asking what kind of fencing in a permanent nature might be behind the house. You know, Justin or Colton, or Ryan, if I can ask you, what exactly do the plans call for at this point for this one home? I did take a picture, which I think I
This
put
up
on
here.
the email that I sent. No,
Yeah.
no, I
This
have,
one.
but I have a picture of
Sure,
it.
sure, yeah, the landscape drawings always showed a 6-foot, wooden fence. It's a slatted fence that goes in front of, Mr. Pernia as well as a couple of the neighbors', properties. I can plug in and show everyone kind of what it looks like.
Do you want to leave this note for the record after this, Rich?
This as well as this. So the plans always showed a 6-foot fence, which is shown here.
Extends to.
So this is Mr. Pernia's property right here, the triangle. These trees are both deciduous and evergreen trees, and he has a fence that goes across here in this section. It's a 6-foot high slatted wood fence.
That's right about here.
So on both occasions I responded with him to him with that, let him know that this is the plans. There are trees that are along the parking lot area which effectively screen his property, but he does have a visual directly at the front entrance.
It's on the other side of the driveway,
Correct.
the trees.
So yep, exactly. So the trees are right here. They guard they effectively block the parking lot area and the roundabout. For the main entrance, he has a clear view from his backyard, which I believe he sent us that view, which I can pull up if you'd like. So here is the most recent view he sent us. As you can see, correspondence with Mr. Pernia has been going back and forth, him and I, since February of last year. We have a good relationship, but this is his current view. That green screened fence is our temp construction fence.
But that's a 6-foot high fence, so the wooden slatted fence will be similar to what you see there for, you know,
That'll take
blocking
the place.
Correct. And this is where the roundabout is.
And I think if you can show the picture that Rich has up on his computer.
You want me to send it to you, or you want to plug it
No,
in?
I think you sent it to all of us. He can probably just look it up on his email, right?
Sure.
I don't know if I sent that out or not.
Yes, you did. We saw that. I
Did
saw
I?
that. I
Okay.
definitely saw it. Last thing first.
right?
GS.
That's what I was doing. Okay. Technology, communications, reports.
I've sent a lot of stuff out lately.
Just Tuesday or Wednesday.
When meetings are coming,
Keeps
you
my
know,
email busy.
Emily and I are great friends this time of year.
When's the order request?
It came like
budget?
Monday.
Tuesday,
Monday or
April
Tuesday.
21st at 8:52 a.m.
Thank you.
Whoa.
67 emails.
Tuesday. This be it.
You can see this one.
This one?
Yeah, check the attachments.
See minutes. It's a package.
Do you want me to forward it? Because I have it open.
If you don't mind.
Colton
Well,
McGovern.
that's different
Yes,
from
ma'am.
that picture.
Oh, this
from
one.
what
But,
I have
well,
If you want, if you
I
want to
have
just plug in,
both.
Rich, if you
Yeah,
have HDMI.
that's what I was thinking.
Yes, both pictures are in there.
Yeah, they're
Yes,
both in
ma'am.
there.
Are they?
Yeah, I just had to scroll down.
This
That's
doesn't-
all right.
This doesn't plug into it.
No, you
There's
got
not
it.
HDMI? I believe there's in the
I got
adapter.
the other end.
Just send it.
No, neither one of those. No, there's no HDMI here.
Okay, I got HDMI. Let me see it.
Sarah.
I got it up. Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh, it flashed for a second.
Oh. This is
It takes a minute usually.
Yeah, just has a central device. It's like a dial-up modem.
yeah, like my computer knows it's connected. It's changed its resolution.
Function update. 5-10 minutes.
Usually on my like Monday
Yeah.
mornings go.
That's it right there.
5-10, whatever it
Can you,
takes.
He's got it.
All right.
Finally found it. So this is another view of Mr. Pernia's house.
So this was,
Once it gets there.
Whatever it takes.
Once it gets there.
there you go.
So,
So this was shot from the driveway of the of the Norton School.
correct. This is from the
Towards,
roundabout.
towards the house.
Mhm.
So this fence will be replaced with a 6-foot wooden fence.
Slotted wooden fence.
Okay. But there's no trees or anything that will be planted on this side.
Correct. So the
Not
closest,
right now.
the closest would be in the parking lot area or the roundabout. The rest of this area, as you can see, is pretty much left with grass.
Okay.
So, as Nancy said in our meeting on Wednesday, it is a kind of a little bit of a steeper slope, so, you know, again, on the, I don't know that you'd be able to fit a tree on that on the school's property there.
Mhm.
This is the sloping.
Okay. But you've been in contact with him at this point?
Absolutely, a monthly basis.
Yeah, because I had just become aware of this correspondence. And, I don't know if there's anything additional that the committee wants to pursue at this point, or just I wanted to make you aware of the conversation that's gone back and forth. And that's it, unless there's something else.
There's just nothing will grow there.
Rich, you have,
Yes, we haven't gotten to that point yet.
okay.
No, I think our landscape architect said that they could figure something out, but I don't know
I'm
if it's
sorry,
gonna
the
grow.
Grow.
Our landscape architect?
Because I said nothing will grow
Yeah,
there.
this is no photo.
No, it will, it's just his house is up on a slope and
Because it's so
higher
high.
up, so no matter what,
We'd have to build like an 18-foot fence.
I'd go out on a limb and say the picture might be taken from that deck too, not ground
Yeah.
level.
Okay, all right, well, we'll see if, you know, if there's anything further. Other communication, we have a couple of visitors with us today.
All right, Mr. and Mrs. Flagg, we've been residents of Sharon Drive for 46 years. Been a nice, quiet neighborhood, good neighborhood, no problems. The right-of-way that you have there has been there for probably 100 years. No one's ever touched it, the town of Cheshire's never touched it, the Board of Education's never touched it. Since this has started, we've put up with an awful lot being there. We can't use our yard, we can't use our deck, we can't use our screened-in porch, we can't open our windows. The noise, dust, noise, it's just been horrendous all the time. There's been other problems, they've been called an eye on a first name basis. Everything's been taken care of, no problem, you know, the street looks like disaster. And when this all started, we were told there'd be a street sweeper on scene. You can correct me right now, Colton, that's not a street sweeper. Not what we all anticipated with some contraption on the front of a Bobcat. He went down the street today, he goes about 3 houses on either side of the right of way. That's it. Now your instructions for all your people coming in here off 84 is to come down Waterbury Road, Mountain Road, North Brooksville to Farmington Drive. Through the utmost importance of the town of Cheshire, they put up no through truck signs on Mountain Road. Okay, that's really good planning, guys. So now we have trucks coming in off Farmington Drive and coming off Higgins Road. You're bringing in triaxle dump trucks, day in and day out. You put that monstrosity bridge, it's horrible. But the real reason we're here tonight is I understand you're planning on putting in a solar field out there, is that true?
That is not our project, but there is, from the town of Cheshire, a proposal to add solar panels on the roof of the school and a solar field in the area where the trailer is right now. It's not being done through this committee or this project. It's being done in a separate project that the town of Cheshire is.
Why isn't it going on the roof?
It is. It's
Oh,
it's
100%.
both. No, well,
There's not
because,
enough room.
yeah,
Too
because
big
it-
enough.
What's the square footage of the roof? Does anyone know?
not offhand.
ONG?
Not off the top of
Architect?
our head.
Anybody know? What's
Yeah.
the square footage?
Yeah, they're working with Johnson Controls, and this is Vin Massiano from the school district has been working with Johnson Controls. They came to us in 3 subsequent meetings saying, you know, we want to put, you know, the solar array on. We maximized as much as we could on the roof of the building and still keeping the look of the building. And then they also suggested,
Explain to me what the look of the building is, please.
well, we didn't want, for instance, we have the peaked roofed areas in the front of the school. We didn't want those peaked roof areas to have solar panels. You know, when you drive up to the school, we had done a lot in terms of the design of the school and the look of the school. So we talked at length with the committee, and we said, you know, we don't support putting solar panels on those peaked roof areas. So it's on the flat roof areas, and it's on the peaked roof areas behind the building, but not right in the front of the
So
building.
basically, you don't want anyone to see your solar panels, but it's okay for you to put a solar panel display in my backyard.
Richard?
We're not putting solar, go ahead.
If I could, the solar panel project that Richard mentioned is not part of our purview.
I understand that, but
But
it's,
it also needs to go through planning and zoning.
I understand that.
So-
I fully understand that.
I'm sure there will be other discussions about the location and the size of it.
How big would this be? You don't know. The other question I have for you guys is, how many solar fields in the town of Chester do we have?
Not enough to power all the school
I didn't
buildings.
ask that. How many?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Oh,
3. Can anyone tell me where they are?
Yeah, the prison.
2,
Dog
police
park.
station.
3.
Yeah.
Okay, now,
And the police station.
you're putting, whoever's doing this is planning to put a solar panel field at an elementary school. Is that correct? It's on the
Yes.
elementary school property.
Yeah, that's what it,
Can you tell me any other school that has that? It's dangerous, safety-wise, it's horrible.
It's surrounded by a fence.
Oh, please. Have you ever been to an elementary school with kids?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Colton, you have a fence all the way around your facility, right?
Yes.
Did you have intruders there?
At one point.
Yeah. They're gonna get in. They're inquisitive.
so we shouldn't try to build solar panels because someone might break in.
I think it's a safety hazard. Altogether, it was with kids there.
Just
Yes.
An interesting side note, if I may. All schools are gonna be permitted to be built after July 1st are gonna be required by code to have the solar, to have a PV solar renewable energy on the part of, as part of the project, or the project doesn't
Well,
get
put
built.
it on the roof like everyone else. I don't care if the people driving down North Brooksville have to look at it. Okay? Now, the other question I have about, and you can't answer this because it'll go to planning and zoning. How large is the property you have there? 18 acres?
The
17.
17?
correct.
And that's in square footage, does anyone know? Basically.
96,000 square, or in
The
square
building?
footage of 17
No,
acres?
No, not the building. 17 what?
Are you asking about the square footage of the building?
The project, the whole thing.
What, 17 times 42,500?
So how closer to you, Connecticut, Chester has a ordinance, you can't cover more than a certain amount of property. Does anyone know that?
It depends on the zone that it's in, and that's the purview of the zoning commission,
We did go to planning and zoning, right?
not for the
Are you
solar
covering,
panels.
will this
Solar
panel be
panels.
covering more than you should be? It's just not a feasible thing. I mean, yes, they have to, all the schools, new schools have to do it, but that has to be taken into consideration. This was not taken into consideration when you started this project. It was not on your approved list.
Yeah, no, as we
That's why
said,
we're
it's
in
not
control of
our,
it.
not our, it didn't come from us, it's not our project.
We can't stop it.
It came from the town, it wasn't just for the new schools, it's for all the schools, along with, there was, what were the other aspects of it? There was something at the high school with
A fuel cell.
a fuel cell thing at the high school, and something up at the water treatment plant, and it's gone up to the state to get reimbursement. So it's a whole separate project from us. Our only role was, they came to us and said, we wanna do these things, and we met with that to say, here's what we would be willing to accept or not accept, and that was it. I don't recall that we had much conversation about the ground unit that was at Norton. We had a lot of conversation about the ground unit that was gonna be up at the north end. And we had a lot of conversation about the solar units that were gonna be on the roofs of the two buildings. So I do believe that, you have very legitimate concerns and questions. I think those things should be addressed to the town. The assistant town manager is here listening as we have this conversation. Vin Massiano from the school district is the one who's coordinating it with Johnson Control. It will have to go to planning and zoning to get approval. We have never seen the formal layout. There were some sketches that have gone back and forth. But, it's, as we said, it's not our project. I would have been happy to finish the school construction completely, and then have them come in after the fact and do whatever they were gonna do with the solar, but, they wanted to try to get a jump on it, because initially, they were hoping to get some extra federal money, which was going to be, disappearing as of October 1. That never happened, so they're still in the process. Nothing's been approved, nothing has gone through at this point. It hasn't gone to any of the town agencies yet. So that's where it's at.
So we're at the wrong meeting then.
No, I think it's good that we're here. I wanna go back to your original comments, and I wanna thank you tremendously, and all the neighbors around the site, because I understand we're working in a very tight site there. There's a lot of equipment that's gone through, there's a lot of dust that's gone up. We talk about this constantly, we have, weekly meetings, at the site. We talk constantly about trying to be a good neighbor and trying to deal with, concerns and issues that are raised, by the neighbors. Hopefully, we are near the end of the project, and, the noise, the dust, and all those things are almost at an end. But you have put up with a lot, and we really do
We're in the
appreciate
process
that.
right now of having our outside of our house painted. And one of the painters is a resident here, and they said to us, how do you put up with that all day? How do you live here and put up with that noise? The backup, that's all we hear, we can't even think. We put new windows in the house, hoping that would help, hasn't helped.
The basic building should be done in July. There will be work that goes on after that, taking down the old Norton School, which would be obviously in that front area.
Right.
And doing the drives and stuff that are there. But the school and the landscaping around the school should basically be finished in July.
You're what, turning the keys over in 60 days?
62.
So, and it just, you know, and the other thing about, I know it's not your concern, but the funny part is you just said they don't want to put the solar panels in the front of the building. So the people driving down North Brookville won't see it. But guess what? It's in our backyard. Yeah, it's literally in our backyard and neighbors' yards. So it's really inconsiderate of the town of Cheshire to think like that.
Yeah. But I do believe, you know, make your concerns known to the town, to Vin Massiana, and when it goes to planning and zoning, I think, you know.
I've had my dealings with Vin Massey.
Okay. And the neighbors, you know, should really, you know, let planning and zoning know of any concerns that they have.
Have any other neighbors voiced any opinion or concerns?
About the
besides-
solar panels?
No,
or
about
what?
anything.
We've had, you know, occasional, I have to say, you know, as I've talked to Colton and Ryan and some of the other people that work over there, Brian, you know, they've communicated with people as they've come up. I pretty regularly ask at the meetings that we've had, if we had any neighborhood concerns at all. It's been sporadic, it hasn't
good,
been a
okay.
lot.
See, we gotta take care, we feed them.
Okay.
Easily bribed.
Yeah, I mean, you know, but we understand, there's, you know, there's noise, there's dirt, there's.
Right, no, I understand that.
And, you know, there were some issues, early on with, you know, some people coming in before the time that we needed to blow off some of the cement.
We're still
that we
getting
had.
trucks parked in front of the house
Yeah,
offloading, that was
Right,
again
there
this
was
week.
parking that was out there, so we've dealt with those as they've come up and tried to be as good a neighbor as we could, cause we understand that, you know, we're trying to build in the midst of a whole neighborhood around there. So we know that, you know, it's not a perfect solution,
No, no, it's not.
you know, but,
Like I say, we've been tolerant the whole time,
you have, and we
Yeah, so-
really appreciate that.
and I think everyone else is the same way, so, okay, thank you.
So just a couple of things, just to, a little more information for you. As the school year ends and we are able to take possession of the school building, we will be transitioning to all most construction related activity and deliveries and whatnot off of North Brooksville and no longer using Sharon Drive. You know, it doesn't solve the last year and a half that you've had, but
Your timing is great, Ryan, we'll be in Branford.
but it will continue that way through when we complete all the demo and finish the front end area. That will be there through November, but we will, you know, as soon as we get the finished work done on that bridge will be shut down, and that entrance will no longer be an active construction or an active entrance for the schools. It's meant to be only for emergency vehicles in the future. So, you know, just a little bit of peace of mind that it is coming to an end, and even sooner than the mid-July, right? You might still have Richards working out there, finishing up the landscaping and whatnot, but the main construction traffic will be coming off North Brooksville.
That will be locked, that bridge will, the
There will be a
driveway
gate on
locked.
it, yeah,
Yes.
there will be a gate on it
Yes.
that is, you know, controlled by, like, if the ambulance or fire department, they'll be able to open it, but general public will not be able to drive on and use that as an access road. And then additionally, we will talk with Richards about the street sweeping and making sure that they're doing a better job and taking care of that.
The other thing is, you know, that's gonna be a right of way for children to go to school.
Right,
I know it's not approved, it's never been an approved right of way, but it's been that way for 46 years. So you're gonna put these kids going up there by this solar field.
I don't know what,
By the solar
I see,
field.
yeah.
They're your inquisitive kids.
Yeah. Well, that will all be landscaped, that walkway, and as he said, there'll be a gate there. It's for emergency
Yeah, no,
vehicles.
I understand that,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I know I talked to some people, in fact, I believe Megan was a student there, used to go back through that back area, which was heavily wooded, I was, you know.
I know you do. My sister was friends with their daughter.
So she has walked that path, she
Yes.
told me many times.
Yeah.
And you can still walk it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we will be, because Sophie's gonna, Sophie will be going.
Okay. Well, I thank you very much for coming, and I appreciate it. If you do have concerns, hopefully we're nearing the end of that, but, you know.
I know who to call.
All right.
He's on speed dial.
All right, thank you very much, I appreciate it.
No.
All right, approval of minutes,
We actually had two other
Oh, we did,
correspondence.
okay.
Well,
I wasn't
this
aware of
was
that.
this was a while back,
Okay.
and we do have these things on our agenda tonight, so we'll probably be discussing them more later. But we
Yep.
did receive an email from Fiona Pearson inquiring about our LEED certification, as well as 4 emails as of the end of last month from town council members regarding the dedication plaque for the 2 buildings.
Right, and we went through all those last meeting,
Okay, great.
okay? Or not the last meeting, the one before. Last meeting was a short.
Oh, I had COVID.
Short meeting, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
sorry everybody.
Yeah.
I had COVID.
Yeah, so,
forgot.
we talked at that time about both lead certification, and we, gave out the, input from Board of Ed members and town council members and discussed that at that time. All right, approval of minutes, March 26, 2026. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
So moved. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
A second. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous. April 9th, 2026, this was the special meeting.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
Greg, any discussion?
Yes, a couple of points, and they both pertain to the stormwater management. The word panel that you have under PCO 52 and PCO 54, I don't think belongs there.
The word what?
The word panel,
Panel?
yeah.
Okay.
It's really just, we were talking about the permit and
Okay.
the inspection for the permit.
Got it.
Anything else? No? So we have a motion to approve with revision. All those in favor? And unanimous. Okay, number 5, items. Just a reminder that on May 7th, we have a visitation planned, open to the committee, the town council, the Board of Education, to come and see the buildings, 4:30 at Barnum School, and then 5:30 at Norton School. Have you been through the building at all? Yeah? I thought I saw you one day with a hard hat, but I wasn't certain.
That was
The signing of the I-beam,
the beam.
Oh, that's what it was, yep, that's what it was.
and we have a child that teaches there.
Oh, okay. It's a beautiful building, it's gonna be really nice when it's all done. We do not have everybody here, so we are not going to deal with the plaques. We said that we wanted, every member available, so that we finally, have, a majority of the full committee that votes and moves it on. This is probably the only issue that we've dealt with in 2.5 years where we are as divided as we are at the moment. So we said that we did not want to deal with it unless we had a full committee, and so we're putting that on hold. It's been tabled. It'll remain on the table until we have a meeting with the full committee. The solar panel conduits, Vin Masiano is not here at the moment. He's downstairs.
He's upstairs doing a presentation.
Oh, upstairs,
on the
okay.
performance contract right now.
All right. And so I don't have anything on that at this point. We did talk about it a little bit at the Barnum meeting yesterday. And a couple of issues and questions did come up at that time regarding, and I know that you had a conversation regarding the panels. Do you want to
Well,
just
we
fill
can
the,
deal with it when we do
When we
the
do-
purchase, change orders.
okay. Storage facility, Vince does not have anything at this point to give to us. He had originally been working with Rich Clavitt to price out metal storage facility for the snow blowers and lawn mowers and attic stock. I had asked him to look into also the price of something along the lines of what you would get at a place like Floater Farms, that I thought would be much better looking and fit in more with the area, but he doesn't have anything to present to us at this point. Zach has suggested that we, as we're heading towards the end of our project, that we may want to hold some dates for possible meetings if some issues come up that are quick. So I would appreciate it if you could hold on to May 14th, June 11th, and July 9th as potential special meetings. And that would be if there were issues that needed to be dealt with that couldn't wait for our regular scheduled meeting.
Are those simply the second Tuesdays of those months?
I don't know if it automatically comes out the second, it's the two weeks before our regular meeting.
Yeah, so it's the second.
Yeah, it's probably the second, because
Our
I
regular
think,
is the fourth.
yeah,
Yeah.
Thursdays.
Thursdays.
it's Thursday, yeah, Thursdays.
It's the
So
contingency.
May 14th, June 11th, July 9th.
Okay.
If you could make sure that you hold on to those dates, we may or may not need them.
And they would be Zoom if we had them.
They would be
Would
what?
they be online or would they be in person?
I think it depends on the nature of the issues. Our last one was online. It was quick, as you know. It was a few short items that needed to be handled. If there's any real discussion, I prefer to have live meetings and be able to see people as they're talking. I've never been a huge fan of online meetings, but if it's just strictly business, quick business meeting, then we'll probably do it online.
I won't be here July 9th.
Well, we may or may not need it, but I'm sure we're gonna start
I'll tell you
hitting
ahead of time.
some vacations and things. I'll make a note of
Yeah.
that.
And I'm doing this week.
Okay, CM at risk, monthly progress reports, Colton.
So while I have the con, I'll share a couple photos. Today we're at our ONG Builds 8th session with the mechanical contractor as well as the flooring and tiling contractor. As you can see in this photo, this was the mechanical contractor's turn for the presentation. He's going into plumbing and HVAC inside the building. As we scroll down, you see it was the flooring contractor's turn after that. We try to do a brief presentation followed by a lengthier demonstration for the kids, just because we want them to be interactive and they seem to enjoy physically working on things as opposed to sitting in class like they do the rest of the day. So this is their presentation. The next photos I'm going to show you is the actual demonstration in the field. For the flooring contractor, we had them do a tiling mock-up, and the kids really enjoyed it. So they were able to kind of play around and make a design of their own for the flooring, for the wall tile mock-up. They also got stickers, as you can see. They really enjoy putting stickers on their hard hats. And we told them since they're keeping the vests, write their names on them. So the mechanical contractor for plumbing allowed them to crimp copper piping for plumbing. This was the test they did on the table. They allowed a couple kids to crimp the pipe and then flowed water through it to show that it wasn't leaking. They also, on the mechanical side, showed them how they seal ductwork. As you can see here, a lot of attention on the ductwork. Shows you how to properly seal so airflow doesn't escape it. And they seem to really enjoy that. A lot of great questions as always. Even though they're not going to be at this new school, they're very excited to come back and tour it afterwards. Main entrance, construction progress, as everyone can see. They're starting to set up for the final grade of the roundabout. Sidewalks are being poured, architectural concrete is being poured. Panels are still in progress, windows are completely done. Next is the canopies. We have two canopies, as everyone in this committee is aware, the main entrance canopy as well as the mechanical room canopy. It's on the west side of the building. This is the west side of the building canopy. This is obviously not at finished grade, so you won't see any of these.
But it's beautiful looking when I've been over there, it's
Absolutely.
huge 6x6.
Roofing contractor will come in after the fact and put his roofing over top, so it's totally enclosed canopy. This is the entrance to the courtyard. Second floor bridge is done, brick is done, panels are done except for a couple areas. Windows are set in place. And most of the courtyard panels and brick is 100% complete, but the panels are the most complete elevation we have so far. Playgrounds have been in over the winter, but as everyone can see, looks like a jungle gym. It's very interactive. We have two different ones with a basketball court in the center, as you can see here. For different ages, I believe the one with the swings are for the older kids, and the one without the swings is for the younger. This is your main entrance as you walk in. On the left here is your gym, main hallway, and the media center, your main library. This is going to get tree branches on the structural columns right here. They will get decorative tree branches, and you will have artwork throughout, as well as acoustic panels. I know I show everyone the side-by-side and open space. We won't do that today, but I just want to give you a sense of how we're looking here. This is our last area we will complete, but in our next meeting you'll see a lot more finish work in the main entrance. Media center, high ceilings as you can see, all the lock deck. Painting has been completed on the trusses. They finally finished taping this wall, painting, and then finished painting is almost complete. There's a couple areas to finish. This is an entire mural of a treehouse. Did I nail it? No? Am I right? Am I wrong again?
Yeah, no, it's a
I
mural
thought it was
treehouse.
a treehouse.
Okay,
Okay, I wanted to make sure. I said it was
characters for each house.
Yeah, I went back to the original drawings that you guys, and I put that on Facebook. So if people wanna see that, they can go to our Facebook page, and it does show the pictures of the entranceway and the library and some of those with all the glory there.
Absolutely. All the natural light flows in from the courtyard, as you can see in these large double-stacked windows here. Classrooms are all completed in the classroom wings. As you see, this is the kindergarten wing. You can tell that by the cubbies here. Flooring is down and protected. Walls are finally done. The only area that has to be done, the only specific items that have to be done is the temp lighting has to be removed and the acoustic wall panels have to be put in. All that happens after permanent power, though. The rest is waiting.
Hey Cole, can I see the end of the cubby? Can you zoom out a little bit, see the whole room? Okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Another photo, this is the 6th grade classroom. No cubbies in these rooms. There are lockers in the second floor hallways for the 6th graders. Your main entrance hallway for the 6th grade as well. So you see lockers on either side. Skylights, a lot of natural light flows into these corridors. Same thing, flooring is, I believe flooring is being set up. They haven't actually put the flooring down in this hallway just yet.
The tile work is interesting all around it. Each hallway is a different color around the doors, and then white tile along the hallway itself.
And the flooring ties into the classroom, so there's a bit of a wayfinding where you've got orange on the floor, where you've got the orange surround.
So the kids will know where their area, I'm in the orange hallway, you know.
Be able to find their way back. Another second floor shot of the corridor. This is Area D. This was our first completed area. Once again, setting up for the floors. These have since been put down, so you'll see those in the next update. But as you can see, here's your wall tile. As Rich was mentioning, I believe I have one more photo to show, or two more photos to show you guys. Here's the gym. Final painted. Working on the electrical now. Setting up for the flooring prep. That's going to be done in the next couple of weeks or so once we have permanent power. All this will be wood flooring as well as the stage to match. And then the final photo is just another shot of the cafeteria. This is our busiest area right now. We're using it as a staging slash workshop area for the mill worker as well as the drywall contractor. As you can see, painters up on the lift doing final painting on the trusses. The walls are rough painted. They're not final painted yet. We want to wait till after everything's out of that area. Tiling is on the walls as well as the servery here. You can see this bright yellow color here in the kitchen and servery. But that is the progress update on the Norton School. Any questions? Passing along to Dave.
Walking through the schedule a little bit, do we have any schedule issues as you're seeing at this point in time?
No, sir. Our main thing was permanent power with EverSource. We've had those conversations with the switchgear contractor to make sure all those items are put to bed. EverSource we're in the queue with as of next week. We have a transformer available with them, so no issues there, and they will start their work as soon as, if not the end of next week, early the week after that, the first week in May.
Any big change orders that you see coming down the line?
In the near future, as far as big change orders are concerned, no. We have a couple coordination items that we're working on, a couple requests from the fire marshal, which will be part of the discussion tonight. But as far as change orders, that would scare this committee now.
I have one that I brought up on our the PCO review meeting yesterday. The structural wood deck that you saw in a lot of the exposed places, like the media center, art and music, that goes through the entire gable portion of that volume. There are some areas that we have concealed spaces, so rather than interrupt the structural wood deck and have a conventional metal deck in above areas like offices or closets where we don't expose that, we correctly was flagged by the fire marshal that we need to provide sprinkler coverage in the concealed spaces at that area. The documents assume that this, from the building code perspective, satisfied the rating requirement, but it is considered a combustible material. We need to provide sprinklers, upright sprinklers at locations where we have sprinklers that are covering the area below the ceiling.
So we'll have a change order coming
Yes.
for that. Okay. Is the generator up and running?
Generator's not. We're waiting for permanent power, but everything is set. All the electrical has been pulled to it. It's totally set in place. But we are waiting for permanent power to start it on, and then run a test. I believe Mr. Clavette was talking about liquid, certain elements that would be added to the fuel. I know there's tests that have to be done. Once permanent power, we do all that stuff.
And I believe we're having a pre-construction meeting with them tomorrow. Pre-startup meeting with them tomorrow to talk to Mr. Clavette about these additives and whatnot. The manufacturer, the supplier, is coming up from Jersey to meet with us on site tomorrow at Norton.
Okay. Any other comments or questions about the Norton project?
So, Rich, I have a question that's kind of more general for both. But,
Sure.
And I know it's a little too early, but I just want to start thinking about it. At some point, over the next 50 years, there's only going to be one moment where the place is clean and sterile looking to get some nice photography. And I'd like to go in to do that. And I don't know, once it's too late, it's too late. So I just want to put that out there. I don't know when the time would be for that. I'd like to get in when furniture is there, but before the teachers come and start putting stickers up and notes and all sorts of crap that makes it look homey and cozy like a school. I want to get there. So
Well, it was mentioned at our Barnum meeting yesterday that the teachers would not have access until the second week of August.
2 weeks before school.
Yeah, so there's that window there. As a committee member, you obviously have access to go into the buildings. So, late July into early August would be a great time. I'm not certain when are the movers scheduled to move.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're likely gonna have overlap. The contents are likely gonna enter the building before the furniture gets in. So if you don't want anything in the building,
well, it's not that I want that.
I know.
Think of it as showcase pictures that you might want on a cover of a magazine. You can't have blue tape everywhere and boxes and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll also be highly interested in that. We typically will have a professional photographer come in, much like
A better one.
Chris is. I didn't say
No,
that.
I did.
You do beautiful work.
And they will typically stage, we'll identify kind of typical classrooms, some areas that we definitely want to make sure that we photograph and stage it. We'll probably get some of our children in the office in there as well for props. It's calling all kids. So we'll let you know when we're planning as well.
That would be great.
Hey,
I
Chris,
don't want to be in their way on the same day, but the timing of it should be similar.
You want to catch it in between when the furniture's in, but all of the teacher boxes aren't in yet. So it's,
All the boxes going
finding that
first.
window.
Well, so let me address that. So
Staging.
we are going to, the boxes are not going to be going into every single classroom. We're going to find a central location to kind of stockpile. you know, or maybe a couple of central locations to stockpile all the boxes, because we still have a lot of work to do, you know, balancing and commissioning and whatnot. We don't wanna have to move those things multiple times, so I think we'll bring them in, find some places to put them that are out of the way. My suggestion, Chris, and even Justin, is that maybe we try to identify a couple of different dates, so you can get in earlier in the areas that are done earlier, get some pictures of those, you know, and then as those start to get more filled up and as we finish other areas, we'll bring you in and so you can take pictures of kind of the other areas that are finishing later. So we'll absolutely work with you, and I think it's, you know, we're happy to have you come in and take those pictures. I mean, our marketing department will be doing something similar, so I think you'll, you know, Tecton, ourselves, yourself, you know, the more pictures the better. So, and we obviously will share any photos we take with everybody, as, you know, I'm sure Justin's team may do that as well for us, and, you know, it's always nice to see a bunch of different pictures, so, but I think it's a great idea.
Okay. Am I still on?
Yep.
Hello everybody again, nice to see everybody. So update photos for Barnum Elementary North End. We'll start in building A. I have reduced a lot of the photos down. It's just month after month after month, it gets to be a lot. So this is coming down the access road from Jarvis Street, looking down into one of the north playground area into building D. You can see a few weeks ago we were just putting the wood guide rails in. Now the wood guide rails in, here's a more pulled back view. Brick is done, all the white is the metal paneling, it's not building insulation. So it is complete. And then in the background is another playground area going together. And then this is the south entrance off of Marriott Drive coming down into the school drop-off area. And then this is a shot, I'm not sure if this is from my office or the deck, but we had the one of the two soccer fields cut, and it looks really nice, and it's just a nice overall view of the property. So this is building A, looking east now. This is the outside of the media center. We'll see the interior a little bit. This is the pre-K early development wing of the building. A few weeks ago, this is the administration suite for the pre-K wing. A few weeks ago, and now, you know, finished paint is on, grid's up, administrative desk or receptionist desk is in. This cardboard you see on the floor is protecting the final floor and the carpet and sheet goods. This is the interior of that media center. Up on the upper deck, you can see the silos come together. Now it's fully taped, ready to paint. This isn't painted, this is all skim coated to give it a nice round silo look. This is down on the ground in front of the silo, looking back up into the upper part of the media center. And then here this is where the, if everyone knows, the social seating stairs are gonna go, and this will look like doll houses all in here. It's gonna be really cute for the kids. And now it's all painted, or taped and ready to be painted. Now we'll move into B building. B building is the gym, cafeteria, in the food prep areas. The exterior, a few weeks ago, of the gym, we have the plywood siding going up. Brick, the stone is in place. Construction entrance is still in use. A few weeks ago, plywood's covered over, the permanent windows in. Moving forward, all the brick is down, metal siding is up, and the whole skin of the building is coming together.
You get a sense of that barn look from the
Yeah,
first
you do.
time.
You do.
I put that on Facebook, got a lot of nice,
Feedback.
not comments, but, you know, likes.
People like it.
Yeah.
Good. This is inside the gym. Just a couple weeks ago, the duck socks are up. The basketball hoops are in. The dividing cord is in. These are the pallets of the plywood and subfloor and the gym wood flooring. It's acclimating into the building. This is the corridor in B, right outside the gymnasium a few weeks ago. Rough finishes coming together. Now the same hallway, we've got the wall tile up, finished paint going on, and it's getting ready for flooring. Another view of the same hallway, just looking in a different direction. And one of the gang bathrooms in B, right outside the cafeteria. Now it's more finished and cleaned up. The mirrors, the soap dispensers, lights are in. It's coming together. This is this the I don't want to say the psych wing, but this is the
That's the counselor's office,
Counselor's
social
office,
worker,
thank you.
psychologist.
So a few weeks ago, ceiling grids up, walls painted. Now we got the glass in all the side lights, the floor is down. Room is ready to come together. Moving into C building. This is the exterior. This is on the back side. Outside of view is one of the older kids' playground. Where these trailers are sitting is where the basketball court is going to go. You can see the brick is finished up, siding is on, windows have yet to go in. Now just taken last week. This whole area is graded out, all the windows are in, and it's really looking nice. This is looking down one of the hallways. The psychedelic tiling here is the bathroom on that floor. It's really nice, good color pattern in there, so it's really creative. And with the tilings on the walls are painted. This grid here is a little different than this grid here. What goes on here is a wood ceiling tile system. It's gonna look really nice, make the whole area pop and look presentable. Again, gang bathrooms. You can see the patterns on the wall. In the C building, and it's all coming together. This is one of the classrooms on the first floor C. This teacher's gonna like having nice corner windows in here. It really brightens up the room. And here's a room now. The floor is in place. It's all buttoned up. Final coat of paint is actually going on as we speak. This is another view of another classroom a few weeks ago. Now the casework is in place. The wall base is on. We're starting to put in all the plugs and outlets. Moving into D building. It's a repeat of C. They really look identical. The exterior, same view a couple days ago. And then down into the courtyard a few weeks ago, we just started grading it out. You can see the grading stakes we're laying out for the sidewalk. And now here it is, getting ready to be poured, and they have poured it since the photo was taken. Typical hallway corridor in D. Same corridor, ceiling grid is up for the wood ceiling, tiles are down. Another corner classroom that a teacher's gonna love. Flooring's in place, this time it's protected by the time we got the picture. This is in one of the pre-K rooms, the wood columns and beams. Carpet's going in, tiling is down due to casework. Now everything is protected. Typical gang bathroom in D building. And then looking out, this is the I think 4, 5, and 6 playground. This is a couple weeks ago. Curbing is in, equipment is in place, and now we have the wood chips, and it's ready to go. So hopefully, as enticing as it is, the neighborhood kids don't go exploring.
We are fenced in.
We're all fenced in. Looking at what the I'm not sure if this is the pre-K or the 2, 3, 4 grades playground. We can see it's all coming together. The wood chips are in, and the little gazebo is in place. And this is a view looking down where the basketball court is going to go. This is a corner of the second soccer field or playing field. And now the basketball court is all graded out. The curbing is poured and getting ready to grade it, stone, and pave. And this is when the generator at our school is going in. This is the fuel tank. This is the generator sitting on the fuel tank, ready to go. What you see here is temporary electrical service. It will be removed when the project is done. This is just so we can build the building.
Are we doing any screening around the generator?
Yeah, there is fencing going up.
Fencing, but
It is slatted. It has slats in it, so it creates a screening.
okay.
Correct.
Not as tall as the generator.
No.
It's on the
Yeah.
AT.
Yeah.
Why do you want to screen the generator?
Paint it like a school bus.
Well,
And
you come down that northern,
Yeah.
northern driveway,
you have a nice view.
it's right there, it hits you.
There's gotta be some plantings in on that side, no?
No, on this is the loading dock and dumpster location, so it's
Even better, you get a view of the dumpster.
Or paint it like a dumpster.
Paint it like a dumpster.
You can always do
Use that to
well,
conceal
that's-
dumpsters.
any question?
I like the way you think, Chris.
When's,
Questions on the Barnum side?
when's permanent power coming in?
We're looking at June 1st.
Any
the latest.
concerns with the gym floor being there?
I'm sorry?
Any concerns with the gym floor being there?
No, we have temporary heat, temporary humidity controls, the building is secured. And there's a the 2-inch expansion all around the gym floor, so it allows for that.
We are monitoring humidity, and we will be dealing with temporary dehumidification units in the building.
Okay.
We're working towards that. And just a quick update, today I picked up the CTs that are going to create the fix at both North and Norton School, at Barnum and Norton School. That was one of the big things with Eversource. It was the final step to be able to get power at Norton School. The last step is the parts that we're waiting for the ATS. Those shipped over the last weekend. Just waiting for confirmation of when that work is gonna occur. So June 1st is our drop dead end worst case scenario date, but we're hoping that we can pull it in by at least a week or more as we get these fixes completed. But the fixes, the technicians are coming tomorrow to fix the CTs at both schools, so make the changes so that they comply with Eversource.
Okay, let me ask you the same question as I asked Holden. Do you see anything that will delay the project? And do you see any major change orders coming down the line?
I don't see anything that's gonna delay the project. The biggest agita was the permanent power and Eversource and getting over that hump. As you heard from Ryan, we're in a really good spot right now, and it's really lining up well. Any major change orders, I do not see any major. Defining major, I consider over $20,000. The only, I don't think it's gonna be that, but we're looking at putting in an electric trash compactor. So we're gonna have to see how that shakes out and where that falls. I don't think what we're doing is gonna be major, but there is an impact.
I don't know whether, I don't know whether I'd call that a change order. But that's something I know that Rich Clavin's been working on.
Yep.
And it may even be one where the school district has a contract with someone who brings
I
it
think he
in.
reported on Wednesday that the vendor is gonna be providing the
That's what I thought.
machine.
I
so
think
it's
we have
just
credit to
infrastructure.
that, right, because of the compactor, we're replacing the dumpsters because of that, so.
Well, we gotta put in power
Infrastructure,
and, things
Right.
for it.
So I would just remind the committee about the phase one, electrical change orders. As I stated, they're currently sitting at about $100,000 each, but we don't believe that that's a real number. We think it'll be significantly less. Again, we're chasing, make sure we have all the credits in those, and just keep that in the back of your mind, that we are tracking that in our budgets, but I don't have a firm number yet. But that is something that we've been going back and forth with, I've been holding off on paying anything or trying to present any change orders till we get everything right and get the power off and running. So, but
Any
those
other
will be
comments?
coming at some point.
I think you were primarily asking about not owner changes, not owner initiated change
Right.
orders, but
anything
unforeseen or.
Yeah,
or
we're nearing the end, so I'm not
contractor-related.
anticipating, if you're gonna have big changes, usually it's much earlier in a project, but I just wanna know if there's anything could come as a surprise, that's all.
I would ask, again, just looking at the calendar and whatnot, if there are any owner items, I all along I've said a playground, just to throw that out there as something. If there is something that we want to say that, what the budget allows for something, we're probably getting close to the point where it's almost too late. So I don't know if you wanna make that an agenda item to.
Well, I've talked
anything people wanna
to
bring the table.
Vince about it, and the only, he's got a list which he can share with you of a lot of smaller items that, he still has to purchase, things like flags and stuff like that. But the one other major item is some kind of a storage facility.
You may wanna ask, he's the operator, but Jeff is the user, so you may wanna ask Dr. Solon to see if there are some things that,
Yeah,
as a user, he might want, again, Playground,
They
whatever.
talk very closely all the time, so,
Shed.
yeah. So I'm not aware of anything, but, you know, we can talk to them, make sure, as
Yeah.
we near the end.
Because I think we are getting near a point where if something needs to be brought to the table, design team's gonna have to look at it, to see if there's impacts and whatnot, and there's some timing, and you're looking at, by the time we vote on it, we see something on paper, it's July, so
Okay.
we're near that end point. Am I speaking out of turn?
No, I mean, I think you'll see in my report, there are a couple of bulletins that we've issued to provide power to compactor in that area. So as these things are coming up in project meetings or requests, we're issuing the directives, not the directives, but the proposal requests so that we can facilitate that information coming back in a PCO to the committee.
And you've slid right into your report, so go ahead.
Did that answer your question, or do you have more questions?
No, I think that's fine.
Okay, so you'll notice that the reports are starting to get pretty thicker because there's more information that are in the field reports. We try to keep the summaries limited to 2 pages, so in case you only have 30 seconds and want to know the kind of Cliff Notes version of what's going on, we're still maintaining that. So for both schools, we have construction administration report numbers 21, going through the north end first. Construction RFIs, new since the last report, 12 new RFIs for a total of 257. 37 new submittals for a total of 1,163. We're at the point in the project where we're going to start seeing more closeout submittals, O&M manuals, stuff that really starts to document the building, as well as all of the necessary submittals for the Connecticut high performance buildings, etc. So I foresee that those will be the bulk of the submittals from here to the end of both projects. For North End, 7 new PCOs since the last report. We have a couple to discuss this evening for a total of 56. We've cataloged the number of meetings, so continuing to have bi-weekly OAC meetings in the field, as well as weekly PCO review meetings, of course the Ngsbc meetings, and pre-install meetings as some of the final pre-installation some of the final installation products are coming online, the finishes. We're holding and attending those pre-installation meetings. Site visits, once again, are referenced in the background material. 2 bulletins that were issued for North End. One was a proposal request for window type B1A. It's an area that we have a rated area at the location of our firewall. We needed to make some modifications to a horizontal mullion for that window. Second one, I believe, was an ASI for clarifications of child height toilet accessories. So for our littles, our pre-kindergarten kids and kindergarten kids, we have lower toilet fixture heights, lower grab bars. They don't always play well with toilet tissue dispensers, so we've been working on to make sure that we're clarifying the mounting heights for these. Any questions on North End? If not, I will move into Norton. Do you want to take this out? I'm happy to go.
As long as you're on a roll.
So similar kind of back of the baseball card stat lines here. Construction RFIs, 12 new for a total of 266, 18 new submittals for a total of 895, 3 new PCOs for a total of 54. I should mention, as part of your approval tonight for both projects, application for payment number 20. It has been reviewed by the project team and is ready for this committee's approval. Same roster of meetings. We have a couple more more directives that we've issued. Bulletin 48, there was a filter clarification that we needed to relocate a filter. The trash compactor infrastructure, we had mentioned previously, that is a proposal request. Similar child toilet accessory coordination, ASI. Some Bulletin 52, we needed to add some additional trim to window heads at study 212. Some downspout boot revisions to the exterior canopies for Bulletin 53, as well as some site revisions. This is one of those owner requests to make sure that we did not include the existing Gaga pit as part of the layout. Has anybody played Gaga here? It's the octagonal structure. It is a universally accessible game that students play. The rules are you're in the pit, you're basically playing dodgeball within the pit, but everything needs to be below the knees, so it's inclusive
I will say,
for
when we
disabled
presented this
students.
project up at the state, the woman who oversees the thing, first thing she wanted to talk about was the Gaga.
Yeah, we've seen these be Eagle Scout projects in other districts in the past, but we were asked to find a location in the adjacent to the playscapes. So there are some other associated site revisions that are part of that. I will mention, since we're on Norton, and we're going to be going through the remaining FF&E and technology purchase orders this evening, there will be an additional recommended adjustment in the budgets for FF&E and technology for Norton to align more with where we are on North End proportionally. If you recall, we had a much healthier budget on the North End for FF&E and technology, not as much. Frankly, I wish we had have captured this in our, or I wish we would have done this once when we presented the kind of PCR and the estimates for Norton, but as we've received the remaining bids, we do need to go through another project
And I did send out this afternoon, Emily working with Arcadis, put together a history of the FF&E and technology budgets. So you should have gotten those pages.
So with that, we'll be able to speak to any of the PCOs that we reviewed as well.
Any other comments or questions? Seeing none? All right. Rich, budget update?
Okay. Paper. Oh, you got that one? Yeah, one. We'll get you one of those. Yeah, when I
They'll come with helps to follow the discussion.
Do we have another budget
We have,
sheet for
I have a
Ben?
couple. I have a couple.
yeah, we have.
Yeah, multiple.
Grab that. Okay. All right. So starting with the north end on the budget, you'll see that what we've really been encumbering over the last several months now have been the FF&E and technology, as Justin referred to. This is an ongoing thing. You'll see that we do have a highlighted area where we do have a negative amount of uncommitted balance that we're going to have to fund. We'll have to move that up from either the bid savings or the owner's contingency so that we can cover that. But also looking in that column, which is column G, the chairman and I, we had a discussion yesterday about taking a look at some of the uncommitted balances that we have on line items that are not going to be needed for that particular line item, and start to move those into owner's contingency, so we'll have a better idea of where we are overall on available contingency amounts. So, as an example, the first item that you'll see on that column is $75,000. That's for environmental consultant. We don't believe we're gonna need any additional services. If we do, we'll be able to maybe move it up. But right now, our environmental consultant is completely bought out. We believe we have all services we need from them, so that can go down to the owner's contingency. We have $183,000 for other consultants. That can move down to owner's contingency. Town services, we have $415,000 there. That could potentially also go down to the owner's contingency. We haven't had a lot of communications on whether or not there has been any additional legal costs or bonding costs or things like that. We haven't seen those.
Nothing that I'm aware of.
Yeah, so if those come up, obviously we can cover that. But barring any changes, we can move those down to owner's contingency. So we do have we have some values that we're going to be able to start moving down into owner's contingency. I'll work with Emily and we'll identify what those are and what we can move down and feel comfortable about without having to go down, move it up, move it down. So, you know, if we feel as though there's a potential expenditure coming up in the future, we'll leave it in that line
And
item.
it might be time to put together the owner contingency and bid savings.
We can combine that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, we kept that all this time just
Yeah.
for our purposes,
Yeah, but it's available funds, so we'll consolidate that. And really, what we've done over the last from the last meeting is we've also we've changed some of the line items. If you go to the back page of the North End School, you'll see that the changes that have been made are really in the construction management from change order 1 through change order 6. The reason why we held off on reporting those previously is because they were mostly credits. Change order 1, 2, and 3 were credits, and then we got another credit on change order 5. So it wasn't until change order 6 that we started to incur costs that we needed to start funding the GMP contingency for that. So that changed, and so that's on the North End School. I don't know if you have any questions there. Any questions? Similarly on the Norton project, same thing. You know, the uncommitted balance on column F. Again, we have a negative balance that we're going to have to fund for FF&E. That all has to do with all of these additional fixtures, furniture, and technology that we've been purchasing over the last couple of months that we were trying to keep up with. So that'll get funded. And same thing on the back of that page. You'll see that we've made some changes from change order number 4 on GMP contingency down to change order 7. So that total now has increased by approximately $5 million to the construction management contract. And then on FF&E, that was another change that we made last month, which was the $110,000 to fund the purchase orders that had already been awarded. And as you can see, we're already behind by another $22,000. So that'll get revised. And then the other page that I handed out is just the status on contingencies. So we report on the owner's contingencies, the bid savings, any potential additional PCOs and things like that. So we're tracking all of the changes that are going to be presented tonight. Actually, on Norton, it's a net positive, so that's a credit. But on Barnum, that's a negative. And then of course we're also tracking the unfunded amounts for the FF&E, so that we're going to be moving that up into contingency. And then on the GMP contingent side, Barnum moved last month, so that became a little lower. But Norton hasn't changed. I don't think we dipped into that at all for the contingency. So overall, right now, and without allowances that are in the O&G contract, there's $12.5 million available in contingency on Barnum and $5.7 million on Norton. Questions?
We're in a very healthy position.
Very
The
healthy.
town will have to bond substantially less than what they thought they had to.
Thank you very much. Mercy buckets.
I always look at that.
Okay, we have several invoices that we're looking at. I'll walk us through these. Invoice number, I'm on the north end, invoice number 48995, Architectural Services, Tecton Architects, $47,561.85. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
So moved. Do we have a second?
What's that?
We have a second. Discussion? All those in favor?
The GMP.
Unanimous. Invoice number 0054639, commissioning services for Van Zelm Engineers, $62,056.64. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second? Discussion?
Valid point.
Seeing none? All those in favor? Unanimous. Invoice number 36119821, Owners Representative Services, Arcadis, $18,786.57. Have a motion?
So moved.
Second? Discussion? Seeing none? All those in favor? It's unanimous. And invoice number 20 for construction manager, O&G, $2,136,255.78. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Second. Discussion?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
We're 4 months away from substantial completion-ish, which makes it about $18 million left. At the burn rate of $2 million a month, that's a lot of months. What are you guys doing to expedite construction?
Well, the finishes go a lot quicker than the bulk of the construction. Now that we're over the 75% overall completion percentage at both schools, the finishes will start to pick up. So that percentage is going to increase substantially each month.
But that's not a lot of money.
So that's also a good portion of that is retainage that we don't release until after substantial
I'm
completion.
taking retainage into account.
Okay.
So, I mean, I've brought this up before,
Mhm.
and you keep invoicing 2 million here, 2.5 million there. That's not gonna get us to completion this summer.
I understand your concern, but the billings will pick up as we get closer to completion. We're not gonna stay at a $2 million burn rate. It won't be 6 more, or 9 more months of billings on this. Additionally, at the Norton job, we do have more than 4 months left on the billing because we have the entirety of the removal of demolition and
Took
of the
that
building.
into account as well.
Pardon me?
I took that into account as well.
Okay, so I understand your concern, and we will definitely take a look at the budgets and what's left to bill. But again, we fully expect that the billings will pick up as we go through these last 3 months of construction.
Okay.
We've done a significant schedule review and update, and we are very confident that, everything the schedule is telling us is accurate and will be completed, in the timeframe that we have. Again, due to the power issues at North, we may have a couple of areas, like the gym and the media center, that could extend past the substantial completion date, but will be complete for the start of school and before the teachers move in.
Alright, we'll hold you to it.
Absolutely. I would expect nothing less.
Any other comments or questions? Seeing none, all those in favor? Unanimous. All right. Morton School. Invoice number 13307, Material Testing Services, Testcon Incorporated, $6,209. Do you have a motion?
Second. First. You second.
Second.
Are you reversing here?
Looks that way.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? It's unanimous. Invoice number 48956, Architectural Services, Tecton Architects, $36,863.03.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve, second? Second, discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? It's unanimous. Invoice number 0054638, Commissioning Services of Van Zelm Engineers, $44,099. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Unanimous. Invoice number 36119837, Owners Representative Services, Arcadis, $21,268.55.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any second? Discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Motion unanimous. And lastly, invoice number 20, Construction Manager, O&G, $2,087,675.53.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion?
Same discussion as before. You can just copy the paragraph and
There you go. All those in favor?
I will provide a written response to everybody on the budget.
Okay.
appreciate that.
Yeah, did you have a comment or you voted?
You asked all in favor.
I did, but then
And
you
you
got
looked away,
interrupted.
but
All those in favor?
waiting till my vote gets counted.
Thank you, unanimous. Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
We got a little more work to do.
We love having you here, but don't feel bad if you do
I like
feel
it.
that you want.
If I could vote.
We've gotten to a point where we're putting you to sleep or
This is
anything.
the least exciting.
The only thing I'm missing is my conflict.
Oh, okay, there you go.
That'll teach you to come.
I was on the retirement board for 10 years, so I'm aware of it.
So you know what it's like, yeah. All right, potential change orders. Norton School, or not Norton School, North End, Barnum School.
Wanna do Barnum first?
Yeah.
Yep. What? Yes, yes,
Yeah.
Alright, so PCO, everybody see it? Is it on behind me?
Yes.
Alright, PCO 48, Justin, please jump in if I kinda miss some areas. PCO 48, it derives from Bulletin 47. There were some changes made to the access into the school at both the main office area for the entire school and in the pre-K wing. The best way I can describe it is just the control panels and push buttons were moved around. Some extra data drops were put in because I don't know if additional teachers or administrative staff were added, but or they relocated. So the total cost for this change is $7,830.
So this was a coordination with Cheshire Public Schools regarding the security sequencing and the lock release buttons. Where we had them in the documents were at the kind of main reception area. Where we need to have them is at 2 locations at some teacher desks or administrative desks, include adding some additional release buttons. As part of this, we also added a door operator into the administrative area. We only have them at the 2 vestibule doors, so you can get all the way in. We added one at the district's request to get into the administrative area. So
These are all security related.
security and access control related.
Owner initiated, it sounds like, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And the push button you're talking about, that's the ADA paddle, correct? Justin?
Yes.
Yeah.
That issue and Chuck reviewed.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. I mean, basically the administrative assistants who are gonna be in charge of access are not sitting where they were originally scheduled to. So it's just a relocation of.
Okay. Do we have a motion then to approve,
So moved.
PCO 48 for $7,830? Chris
Second.
moved,
Sorry,
second?
so moved.
Dennis, did you second?
Yeah.
Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor? Okay. Next one?
Okay, next one, PCO 50. And again, Justin, jump in if I.
Sure.
So PCO 50 starts from, derives from Bulletin 51. The catwalk that connects C building into D building. The roof design had a parapet with a pitched roof. The water couldn't get off into the design gutter system, so a little restructuring took place to remove the parapet, restructure the top corner of the roof, so it can take on, the gutter that's supposed to be installed there. So in the total cost for this change is $1,391.
Yeah, the cost is mostly borne from the additional blocking that was required in the detail. It's correctly referenced as a design item.
Dennis, you reviewed this?
Yeah, we reviewed it and wish that they were all this small.
Okay. Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve, second? Second. Second, okay, please. Any discussion? Nope. All those in favor? Unanimous. Okay.
Rich, before we move on, do we have the not to exceed, Zach, PCO set up here?
I don't have not to exceed numbers for those.
For the solar firm?
For which school are we talking about? Because for
right
Barnum
now,
right
so-
now, we're staying on Barnum.
Both of them. Yeah, I mean, whatever you guys have to present for that, you can present those now, or we can do it afterwards.
Because I was planning on presenting mine tonight.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Right,
Yeah.
Rich, there was some requests for us to provide some rough order of magnitude, not to exceed pricing, to get some infrastructure in the ground ahead of the finish work, so it didn't rip up the future finish work. We met with Dennis, we had some hard numbers. When we met with Dennis and Chuck, they asked for some additional reductions on what we had the hard numbers on. We would like to present that to this committee as a rough order of magnitude, not to exceed number, so we can move ahead with this work on time and material basis, so that we don't have to, be delayed in being able to put the finishes in, such as hardscape, paving, things of that nature, and also so that, that doesn't have to do rework at a later time. So I don't know how that procedurally has to go here, for that.
Well, I don't have any numbers in front of me. So-
Right now, let me get into it. So right now, we all know we're looking at 110,000 for the design that JCI came up with to come out of the building. Here, let me. Oh, where is it?
This is for the conduit to go to the solar field.
Correct.
Correct. So what I'm pulling up, so the original kind of design, I'm sorry, I'm not the most tech savvy sometimes. Coming off, this is for north, the blue line is a duct bank of about 14 ducts. This, 6 ducts, this
Conduits.
conduits. Thank you. And then this green box is the electrical vault, and then the red line is coming down. The same conduits down into the field. Trenched, supported, concrete, red dye, all the above. So this is the $110,000. Now, with the meeting we had a couple days ago, they wanted to do a deeper reduction, because this is half of what was originally going to happen. So I had a day to kind of put things together. This number is not a bid, it's not a quote, it's just a linear foot cost based on the previous. So we're going to be asking for not to exceed $45,000, and that'll get me the 2 vaults and 90 feet away from the building, concrete, red dye, and the marking tape. We have a vault at both ends, and then whatever comes of this with JCI in the future, the ends of the conduits are sitting right here. One can come up out of the ground into the building, and the other one, whatever happens to it.
This will allow us to complete all the hardscape that goes around the backside of the school here, so that in the future, if this project is approved by the city, by the town, and they do move forward, they wouldn't have to rip up any of this brand new installed items. I think Dennis and Chuck's concern was running it all the way out to the potential field was above and beyond what they had, had really thought would be part of what this committee would do to avoid, because there's past where they're showing, we're showing now is just grassy area, so there's no real need to get that in ahead of time.
When we were talking yesterday, wasn't there a second section over here that went across?
Down here.
I thought there was another section.
That was this line here. Here's the green ball. The red line represents.
Asking, is it a hardscape right where you're starting?
No, this is all grass, working our way through utilities, and then across the town sewer line.
So none of that is hardscape or anything that, would be a significant cost to rip up.
The only, there is one little section, this hardscape right here. This is an extension. This is the basketball court as it leads into the playground area. There was talk of running the duct bank here. I didn't capture costs for that. I was more focused on getting it in and out of the building. I can work up and figure out what the, right now, give me 5 minutes.
No, I'm fine, I remember that coming up at the meeting. Dennis, you wanna?
Yeah, I think, one, we don't know how many panels where they go, so we don't have a design for the solar system, so presuming that it's gonna go there is an unknown. We don't know what the timing of it is, then we can address that. But the other thought is that without going through the hardscape at the bottom of the drawing, we can go from the vault, which is the green little box, basically all the way across grass to the edge of the solar field.
No, here, Dave.
Well, if you go here, you're gonna be going right across the soccer field.
Yeah, and so will irrigation when they put it in. So it's gonna be scarred no matter what.
Okay. Just putting it out there.
No, totally appreciate that. So the thought was, the task of this committee was to basically, I won't say simplify, but ease the transition across what we needed to finish for the school,
Right.
so that the solar system could then pick up from that point and carry it to the completion.
Yeah.
And
Our
that's
only
kind of what,
purpose was to make sure that after we finish this building, they don't have to come in and start digging up our
right,
driveways and sidewalks that we've just
right.
finished.
And that's
So-
where Chuck and I basically agreed that going from the building to the green box made sense,
Right.
rather than going all the way to the field.
Do you wanna, make a motion to approve the 45,000 not to exceed figure?
I would make that motion.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Right. Discussion? Yeah, Chris?
So, the purpose, as discussed, is so that if we do project X, if it gets approved, that we're not digging things up, but, do we wanna consider some extra conduits in case project Y or Z comes down to bend? Since conduit PVC conduit represents an absolute scintilla of the cost. It's the trenching, it's the concrete, it's all the labor, but a few more feet of PVC shouldn't make a difference, or a significant difference.
It just made me think, are we going to create an actual duct bank poured in concrete? That was an ask that you asked for at the last meeting, like, if we make a duct bank.
I mean, as long as we meet code burial depth wise, I don't think we need to bury it in concrete.
No, I don't know why we would need to either, to be honest with you.
No,
You go down beyond, you can go to 3 feet, you're well beyond for any
Right.
voltage.
There's no
Christie.
requirement from the solar panel,
Right.
not from Johnson Controls, that's not a requirement from their side, so that saves cost, and yeah, I don't see
So-
any need to do that.
The quantity of conduit came directly from the solar JCI in their plan. So if the committee would like to put in some extras for something else,
I mean, we're right near a soccer field, and we know how popular sports are, and down the road, somebody might wanna put something out there that requires electricity. I could think of several things that it might be, so, just a thought.
Dave, what was the rough order magnitude of the concrete? Was it 8,000?
It was 8,000 in the.
So I mean, we have, with no concrete going in, we have extra money in that not to exceed number that would probably cover any of those costs.
Hey, we could, 3 or 4 spares, I mean, get you.
What size were you thinking? 4 inch, 3 inch?
Make them all the same size. What did JCI want?
They have 4 4 inch and 2 2 inch, is that correct, Dave?
Yes.
Double it.
Double it?
No.
Okay, go 2 more 2 inch and 2 more 4 inch.
Okay.
No?
How about 6 4 inches? I mean, we don't.
Then you
Well,
only get
they-
2 spares, that's what I'm saying, I think we should have more than 2. If we're
They
doing
need the
it,
two,
yeah.
they need the 2 2s and the 4 4s is what they need, so, if you wanted to go to 6 4s and 2 2s, or 6 4s and 3 2s, something along those lines, that would give you 2 extra 4 inch and 1 extra 2 inch.
I would do 1 of each. Then we have 1 spare.
I'd say 2 of each. to be
2 of
honest
each.
with you.
2 of each is fine.
Yeah. Lights,
What's that gonna do to the volume?
I think I'm confident in saying in this conversation that with the removal of the concrete, the removal of the
We're gonna have nothing when they're done.
there's
they're
enough
conduits,
money in
those
there
4 and those 2
to
don't
make it
exist.
all work with
So
it.
That's why I'm saying 2 and 2.
Okay.
I would say let's go 2 and 2.
So six, so
Spares.
6 4 inch and
Right,
2
two.
4.
Do we recommend going to 50 just to be safe? Since this
Yeah.
will be done on T and
Let's
M
do
and
that.
it
Yeah.
will only charge you for what
Let's
we actually
rephrase the
spend.
motion.
Now 50 conduit sounds great to
No,
me.
50K.
Who's doing the
50,000.
motion
Chris,
here?
Chris is thinking of all sorts of
Make a
things. he can
motion
do.
to allow ONG as a not to exceed number to install 2 volts,
6.
4-inch conduits, 4 2-inch conduits.
6 4 inch.
6 4 inch and
4 2.
4
4
2
2
inch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What he said.
4 4-inch and 2 2-inch for the solar, an additional 2 4-inch and 2 2-inch for future use.
Or
Which
you
Captain
want-
labeled as spare.
With pull string and all that.
Yes.
Yeah.
For
And
not
then
to
the-
exceed the
Not to exceed the
45,000.
Not to
You said
exceed
50.
50,000, yeah, we moved it to 50. And it's gonna, and I'm released to do this on T and M,
Yes, that's what
And
I'm,
we're saying no
The motion
concrete?
passes.
yeah, no concrete.
no concrete.
That should would.
Alright, that's the motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second. Discussion.
I just want to add, thank you. I think it gets us where we need to be, and the trenching that we could do, if it's just through dirt, that's fine. You know, we'll cover that through the project cost. The town council at their meeting upstairs did just approve the financing we need to go forward with, not only the solar, but other components of the project. We're still waiting on approval from the school construction grant department to actually do the solar work, but we are moving closer, so thank you. I appreciate the help to get us to this spot, I really do. Good thing.
Discussion? Seeing none? All those in favor? Okay. Alrighty, change orders for
Well,
Norton Stewart.
Yes. So for I'm ready. 3. So for Norton, I have 1 credit and 3 not to exceed rough order of magnitudes. First credit will be the material change for the operable partition on the stage. It changed from number 14 rolled form steel to number 30 strong structural aluminum. The credit from the general trades contractor was $2,990, followed by the credits for our fee bond and insurance, bringing it to $3,079.
Dennis, you reviewed this?
motion to approve.
Second.
I would change that to a D for the reason, just to make up for the $1,300 for the school.
As a design issue?
This is money back.
Justin, you're,
Yep.
okay.
Yes.
Don't answer this.
With a smile on his face. he's
No,
nodding.
it's a credit.
He just heard the voice that said it, and he's like, wait a minute.
Okay.
All those in favor? unanimous. We had a motion, didn't we?
Yes, we did. It's the end of the semester for me, I'm not,
Oh, all right.
not into it, I'm sorry.
So Rich, as Cole had mentioned, there are 3 where we got rough order of magnitudes. It's work that we really need to move forward with. We'd like to present them to this committee as not to exceed, similarly we just did. We'll do them one at a time if that's okay with this committee, and present them to you. And if it's acceptable, we'll move forward with that work. But same as with the other work. One will be the solar for Norton, and then there's 2 more. All of them would be tracked on T&M. And I think one of them is what Justin talked about earlier with the sprinkler heads, right, Cole?
Yeah, so as Justin mentioned, we had a walkthrough with the fire marshal. He had some concerns with the space between the lock deck, which is a combustible material, as we found out, and the drop ceiling. We got a proposal from the sprinkler contractor, as well as put together a rough order of magnitude not to exceed for the other trays that would be impacted. That not to exceed number for area A2 and B2 is $40,359. The proposal from the sprinkler contractor is a hard number, the $25,000. The rest are based on a rough order magnitude of 3 hours for 12 rooms. It's 12 rooms total that would be impacted. Some rooms would be much smaller, so we don't feel this is a number that would be passed in any imagination. These are worst case scenario numbers.
And one point of clarification, Tecton has not had the opportunity to review the sprinkler guy's number yet. We just got it.
Chuck or I.
And they're all,
Nor have you guys, yes. No, so
Correct.
that's what we're doing as a not to exceed. We wouldn't accept their number as a hard bid just yet. But this is to give us a strong rough order of magnitude of what they think that it's gonna cost for their portion of it.
I'm not comfortable voting on this without getting everyone's input as well as Chuck's.
Okay,
The
that's
only
fine.
thing I will say is this will need to be brought up in the next meeting that's within a couple weeks because of the area is going to be closed in the near future, and we need to be able to get up there, get lifts up there, and do this work while it's still open.
Yeah,
without
but
ripping
there's a
open walls.
process. Arcadis needs to get it on Fridays, and we need to review it on the Tuesday before.
Understood.
Okay. I will just caution this committee that will likely cause a delay to the schedule for this project, and we will definitely have an impact over the.
Should I brought it up earlier?
We only just found out about it. This is something that was handed to us by in the last week by the fire marshal.
Correct.
So we are moving as fast as we can, but this is, unfortunately, this is where we're at.
So we have a motion to approve it, or a motion to table it, or a motion to,
We don't have to move.
okay, well, if no one else has a motion.
Well, let's talk about it though, because if it is gonna impact the schedule, do we wanna risk that for $40,000, which may not be 40,000?
My opinion of T&M not to exceed is that you always get this close.
Yeah, you kind of, you cede your right to negotiate, right? I mean, because if you've already approved $40,000, it's gonna be hard to negotiate that down.
So, Rich, this I think would fall into the category of, I don't wanna say emergency session, but if they can hustle to get everything and design team could look at it, they can hustle and look at it, and Chuck and Dennis could look at it, then maybe you can set up a real quick Teams meeting that we can vote on.
Well,
And rather than wait a month.
I see 2 options. Well, we don't have to wait a month. I mean, we could easily, set up a special meeting of the whole committee, or another option would be this committee could approve it contingent upon Dennis and Chuck reviewing the information and approving the final amount.
As well as Tecton and Arcadis.
That's what?
As well as Tecton and Arcadis.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't approve it until they had reviewed it, reviewed the dollars and the work, and then brought it to you, and the committee could give you the power to give the go-ahead. That's within your right to do that as a committee, if you wish. Or we can come back in 2 weeks as a.
I have no problem if you're saying we could vote to give Dennis and Chuck as a, not as a committee, but as a working group to to make a decision? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In this particular case, since you wanna fast track it, and we've seen the scope of the work that, but it hasn't been reviewed yet, you could give the power that we normally have as a committee to Chuck and Dennis in this particular case, to approve to give the go-ahead.
I feel perfectly comfortable doing that personally. I haven't disagreed with any of their concerns or suggestions so far.
Is that something that you would feel comfortable with, Dennis?
Where's the number for insurance and you guys on this?
It's factored into this. I didn't break it out separately, but it's factored into this number as a do not exceed.
Yeah, our numbers are all based on a percentage of the total of the change order. I don't remember the exact percentages, but they're very small, point something percent for each thing different, like 0.85 for bond and fees 1.55 or something like
Yep.
that.
Colt, are those numbers estimates that you came up with, or did you get those from?
Correct. Those were based on 3 hours per room at 12 rooms. And two things I will just say quickly is this wasn't a request by the fire marshal. This is a code that has to be followed, so I understand the hesitation with the pricing, completely understand. The other note I will say is when it comes to time and material, we rarely see that equal the same price as a proposal. Reason being, myself and Brian, very diligent, looking at the work being done in the field, and it's very rare. Sometimes you run into existing conditions, which are obviously outliers, but it's rare.
How quickly can you get the numbers from the subs?
For the outside of the HVAC or the sprinklers on number, we can't. We don't. It's taking down ductwork. It's putting back ductwork. It's removing electrical. It's ripping out walls, putting them back in. The subs will not give us a hard number on that. They said they basically said they are telling us if we get a hard number for them, it's going to be a lot bigger than this because they're going to protect themselves. It's our recommendation that for that type of work, we do it on T&M because that is going to give you your best number. If we take a hard number, the subs are definitely going to protect themselves, and they're not going to do it for less than what that hard number is. So that's going to be the challenge. And just we do have to be when any of that work I just spoke about, it is considered rework and is not reimbursable. So
just note, not to your guys' point, we do have to do this because it's code, but it will be partially ineligible with the rework. So we'll submit it as fully eligible and let the state pick apart, but there will be costs.
All of the sprinkler costs we fully believe is eligible, and again, we also had discussions where we would try to utilize any allowance money that we can to cover the sprinkler work, the walls, the moving of ducts, things of that, so that the sprinkler work can go in. That would have to be done as an owner contingency, and because that is not most likely going to be deemed ineligible.
Is there a design for the redesign?
Yes. They provided shop drawings. Yes.
But it hasn't been reviewed by.
No.
It's currently in the engineers and the design team's court. Yep, we just got it a day ago, so it's being looked at.
We got it this afternoon. We haven't reviewed it.
So, just something to throw out there for the committee. I could not agree more with the concern that Dennis brought up, but we're looking at a schedule, we're near the end, and even if this is 25% higher than what it would be, we're looking at with $10,000, is it worth $10,000 to risk our due date, our completion date, by waiting? And that's the only thing that's on my mind. It really is the differential in the cost. If we could get it down, negotiate, even if it's half, it's $20,000, right? Is it worth that to risk possibly delaying the opening, if that really is the issue? That's really what's on my mind, and looking at our contingencies. Again, I'm in
It's gonna
favor
have
of.
to be reviewed no matter what,
Yeah.
which is gonna take some time. So it's a matter of, can it wait 2 weeks for this committee to come back together? Or do we wanna have Dennis and Chuck have the right to move it quicker than that if everything has been approved? I mean, they can't start the work until, it's been reviewed by the architects and
What
the engineers.
areas are we talking about on the drawing?
So
There's 13 total areas. In area A, you've got a storage room, a toilet, an art storage room, the corridor, a kiln, and then a little area that's above the alcove into the art room. So you can see here, some of these I think we will be able to remove because NFPA has an exception for areas that are under 55 square feet. So for example, the alcove going into the art room is smaller than 55 square feet. That bathroom is unfortunately 60 square feet, so it won't be one of those.
Okay.
But there are 2 toilets up in area B that are part of those 13 spaces that would go, or not be included. The kiln looks like it might be small enough as well that they could admit, so that's 2 heads admitted here and then potentially 2 heads admitted up top. But in Ronan would, obviously, I'm not an engineer, this is just from the research I've done.
So how many square feet is that total?
How many square feet is that?
I don't think we have numbers on this.
No.
So just as a point of clarification on the sprinkler number, while it is a hard number from them, the reason we were looking at, suggested a not to exceed, because then anything that Tecton or Ronan are able to identify as a reduction, we would then have them revise their proposal to come down. It would never go higher than the maximum they had showed us now, and we do expect, as Laurel said, that there are some areas where they think that we may be able to reduce that sprinkler number from. So that's just point of clarification for everybody. But again, we will we will scramble as fast as we can to get more firm numbers, and again, if we can push the subs into giving us a hard number for some of the rework, we will get that for you.
So square footage ballpark?
Ballpark, I would say 30 by 30 for both areas, so
900 square feet.
900 times 2.
1800. So $30 a square foot for sprinkler?
I think the issue is that you could maybe get fewer sprinkler heads if it was all open space, if all these walls go up to the underside of deck. So you need sprinklers for each individual.
No, I get that.
Mhm.
It's like 3 times the cost of sprinkler systems.
We should have a similar quote from North, I would expect, because I know you guys had to add 4 sprinkler heads for the same reason.
They're much smaller,
You're talking about, yeah, that's up on, much
a
smaller.
lot less spaces, a lot
But
more.
then
And
by price per head kind of thing.
It's not price per head. The whole pricing is done. It's not on unit price. It's done they measured on all the pipe, and there are formulas when you're installing in open spaces, brand new builds. It's the factor for labor is X. When you have to go in and work in after the fact, go up through ceilings, work around and through duct work, and again the labor rate increases. So I think there's significantly less locations and amount of work at North End than this one is my understanding than at North End. So we do expect to see something, but not quite what this is.
Do we have a motion?
Dennis, how do you feel about you and Chuck taking the reins? If we do, or do you not feel comfortable with that?
I'm voting no on the motion. So I'm comfortable doing it. I just don't like the way this is being pushed through. I get it.
I would move that we try to get more reasonable numbers and follow the process that's been laid out thus far, and hopefully be able to meet in a quick meeting to go over it and approve it so that we are not put behind on schedule, or at least reduce that. But I think that Dennis makes a good point that there is a reason for the process, and it has been beneficial to have all those eyes on it. So maybe we should not do that right now if we can.
Just schedule a meeting in 2 weeks
Yeah.
with this one particular item.
It doesn't
Yeah.
even have to be in 2 weeks, I suppose.
That wasn't a good
Thursday,
motion.
yeah.
I move to get more information and then meet at a later date to look at it.
Is there a second to
Second.
that motion?
Yep.
Any discussion on that motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Okay. So as soon as this has gone through the process and we've got some final numbers,
The only number that would change is fire suppression.
well, it's
By a
not just the
minimal
numbers,
amount.
it's the review by the architects and the engineers.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
let me know and I will set up a special meeting.
Understood.
It doesn't necessarily have to be 2 weeks from now, I can do a meeting with 24 hours notice. As long as we have a quorum, we can act on it.
Okay.
So Colt, when you were able to get on, see what we could get for hard numbers for the other items, and we'll see the notes from the design team on sprinklers as soon as they're able to.
And what was the third item?
Oh, well, the next item is the solar farm, which we priced as a do not exceed rough order magnitude 2 ways. The first way was the long path, and I have a detail to show everyone what this path looked like. This was the path that started right where the CM trailer is, adjacent to Fire Lane. This is a general mark out of where the solar farm would be, adjacent to neighbors, as everyone can see. And the path would lead you next to the playground, and then make a southeast or southwest turn down to the cafeteria on the secondary entrance. This is the longest path. We got a rough order magnitude, well, actually a hard number from the electrician and the site work contractor to do this work. And that number came in at $147,623. After presenting this to Chuck and Dennis, we priced it a second way.
It's not $1,300.
which didn't involve that long path. It really just involved setting it up from the first turn off the building. And what this did now is it gave you a coffin box right at the concrete area where we pour the concrete, and then the conduit's bow to the west elevation here, hidden from this main wall, and then it would scale the roof and JCI would take it from there. This is obviously, as we mentioned, infrastructure to be put in now, so we don't have to rip up these nice grass pavers right here. And this proposal was significantly less. Once again, this is a rough order magnitude 27,000 to do that work.
So if we were adding additional conduits, we would want to bump this up a little bit.
Correct.
So if that's, but there's no soccer fields here where we're talking about, so I don't know if that's something you need as well.
Right.
So, but this is the same thing right now as 4 number 4s and 2 number 2s to get us away from all the finished work.
My feeling is that things always pop up that you don't anticipate, and putting cheap plastic pipe in the ground now is one of the best investments. It'll get used, guaranteed.
Although you're only going over grass pavers, you said, right?
No, that's paving.
No,
Oh, that is paving.
no, this is grass pavers right
Just
here.
that section.
This is the paving right here. The coffin box would be adjacent to paving, and then the conduits would bow into the grass pavers. But this would be underneath grass pavers.
It would be below it, but if you, I mean, again, that's a sodded grass road pavers. Yeah, it is a paver, it's not grass. So if you ripped it out, you'd have to replace it, you wouldn't be able to reuse what was there, it's not just reseeding it, so.
Correct.
It's a drivable paver in that area.
Do we have a motion?
Yeah, I would make a motion to, accept, I would probably bump it up to like 35,000
That's what I was thinking.
Yep.
to allow for, what did we say?
6 number 4s and 4 number 2s.
Correct.
4 number 2s.
Yeah. Or if you want to say four 4-inch and 2 2-inch for the planned solar, and an additional 2 4-inch, 2 2-inch for future.
For
Dennis
35,000.
made that motion, you're seconding it, Chris?
Yes.
Okay. Discussion?
I just
Sid?
want to confirm, so, once that's in, trenching, we're just trenching through dirt to get to where the solars would be installed, right?
You may have one sidewalk that you would have to core under, but you wouldn't have to rip it out, as Dennis said, that, you know, cause it's just a, 4 foot wide, or I think it's 4 foot wide is what the sidewalks are, maybe 5 feet. They have machines that allow you to bore right under them, just basically get piping underneath them without ripping them up.
Okay, thank you.
We're gonna label the spares as Vin can't have them pretty soon.
Vin, you did miss our conversation early on, where we had a couple of the neighbors, with serious concerns about the ground solar at Norton School. So,
Well, that's gonna go to planning and zoning and
we
inland
explained all
wetlands.
that.
It's gonna go.
You may wanna look at the video, but.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
All right, we've had a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Okay.
You had one more to do?
No, that was
No, that was it.
Yeah, that was the last one.
Okay.
Okay, let's do the Rich, back to you.
Yep, so we got
Purchase orders?
one more item, we've got purchase orders for technology and equipment.
Oh, yeah. We should do these.
Alright, wanna walk us through this, or Ben, or Zach?
I can go through it. So we're gonna start with the North End School. This was for bid package number 1, which is the smart boards. We've received many bids back. R&B Enterprises was the selected bidder based off of submitting all the proper documentation. And then after that, they were the lowest after the couple that didn't submit everything they
Wanna
needed to.
remind the committee of, we had approved smart boards already.
Correct. Yeah, so you guys had already actually issued a purchase order, and I think it was R&B themselves that
It
actually
was.
brought up the fact that this needed to go out to bid. So
We
this
thought that it
came
would fit
in
under the state
contract.
contracts, but it doesn't.
And the purchase order you guys previously approved was actually for more than this amount, so the amount for the smart boards on North End is $286,564.42.
Prior to bid, it was 290,189. That was the purchase order, so
Okay.
going out to bid, that reduced the price.
$3,000.
Same vendor, which, you know, was,
Yeah, walk us through the whole thing, because the way the motion's set up here is we're moving all at once.
yes.
Alright, bid package number 2, which was for audio-visual equipment, specifically the Lou Interactive display projector. 2 bids, lowest bid came in at $33,091.
This is the projector going in the gymnasium?
Interactive, yes, interactive playground is what it's called. It is suspended within the gymnasium, projects onto both the floor and a wall surface, becomes interactive. You can throw balls and hit targets and stuff.
Is it laser?
We were at the Perot Museum. I always have like a thing, right? We were at the Perot Museum in Dallas during the last meeting that was virtual. That's why I was like, not there. But they had that at the Perot Museum
Oh, yeah, they're
in
really
Dallas.
cool.
Yeah, it was really, really cool.
But this is, I'm assuming
You have
that
a
this
picture of it?
is
Yeah, I do.
it's laser powered, so you're not switching out
So
bulbs
it's
all
like-
the time?
Correct.
It's
Awesome.
that, and then it changes
Great
screens.
Love those.
Yeah.
And so there was
Alright.
a C
I
one,
no longer
there was
spend
a
all my money
garden
on
one,
bulbs,
there was
just
a
on
C
laser
one,
projectors.
a space one, and
Alright,
there was
and then
there was
the last bid package number 3 was for the Chromebook tablet charging carts to Bloom USA in the amount of $44,975.
Okay. Any comments? Well, let's take a motion first. So the motion is written there. The Ngsbc approves the listed purchase order request for technology for North End in the amount of $364,630.42. So moved. So moved.
Second.
Second. Any discussion?
So
See.
basically, we have almost $400,000 unencumbered after this.
Yes.
So as far as this is for technology, that is
Yes,
correct.
that's
30. We're gonna have one more sheet that gets handed out that shows all of that, but $377,316 left.
And,
How do you get that?
Would you prefer I just hand this out now and walk through it?
Might as well.
Well, this is why when I was talking to Rich and Zach the other day, I said we really need to take a look as we're moving money in and out of these accounts. So Emily, I guess just today, went through and pulled these together so that we would have that.
Alright, before I finish going through this, I'm just gonna go through this in its entirety. So we're starting with North End FF&E, which is the first page. You can see our estimates versus our actuals. but I really want to focus on the bottom left kind of box, if you will. Your original FF&E budget was 1.335 million. You guys had originally transferred $500,000 to that line item. So you had 1.8, and then at our last meeting, you transferred $150,000 from the technology budget. So that brought us up to 1.985, and I think at the end of the meeting, somebody had brought up that there still wasn't quite enough. So in tonight's meeting, we're transferring another $22,606 from the technology line item, which brings our grand total to $2,007,606. If you flip the page over, same thing, you'll see your estimates versus actuals. You can go through and see the same where we started, what we transferred into it, all the way down to the transfer that you guys will be making tonight from the technology budget. And I think that's where you're getting the minus 22,000, and that's where we get to 377.
So after we approve this, we have a second motion to transfer money.
Correct. Correct. And then moving to Norton, same thing. We started at just over 1.2 million. There was an original transfer in from bid savings. Last meeting, we transferred in another 110,000 from bid savings. This evening, we're requesting another 21,258.03 from bid savings into this line to cover the cost for FF&E. And then if you flip to the backside for Norton, which is technology, your original budget increase, I think it was last meeting for, we increased it by 96,000. That was it. We're all set. We have everything covered for the technology package. So there is one motion for each school, both on the FF&E side.
Do we need to fund these before we can spend it?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
So we need to fund these before we can spend the money? So the motion should be first to transfer the money, and then.
It's fine, you
to
could do
work.
it that way. I mean, as long as we stay within our bottom line, we can, overspend an account and then move things later. But I have no problem with making the transfer first. So if you wanna make a motion,
So on the north end, I would move to transfer $22,606 from technology to the FF&E budget.
do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Okay. Now, you can make the motion to approve the $364,630.42.
So moved.
So move, second?
Second.
Second. Discussion? All those in favor? And it's unanimous. Alright.
Do you wanna do the motion first for?
Yeah, same thing.
Hold on, I can speak on myself.
Yeah, this is
Dennis, do you wanna, make a motion to transfer money?
Sure, so on the new Norton Elementary School, make a motion to transfer $21,258.03 from bid savings into the FF&E account.
Okay, do we have a second? Second, discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? And it's unanimous.
Alright,
And
and
now,
Second
yeah,
motion would be to increase the budget, taking from owner's contingency in the amount of $96,341.11.
that one has already been completed, I'm pretty sure. No?
It's in red.
it's in red. Budget increase number one, transfer from owner contingency. And there's two stars there. Says the transfer round needs to be approved at the 4/23 meeting.
You are correct.
Okay.
See, I paid attention.
All right, so the motion is on the table. Do we have a second?
second.
Second. For $96,041.11 from owner contingency. Discussion?
96,341.11 cents. I didn't hear the three.
Did I say it incorrectly?
Sounded like you said just 41.
Okay. $96,341.11. All those in favor?
Yeah, let's go.
Unanimous. Okay, now,
Make a motion to approve $352,853.80 towards FF&E purchase.
Same vendors as
same
North End,
vendors, same
Just-
items.
different
Okay.
costs.
Yep, do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
That works.
And it's unanimous.
No more.
No more.
Anything else? Any items for the good of the group? Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
So moved. A second?
Never cooked.
I'll second.
A second. All those in favor? We are adjourned. Thank you.